Hello everyone, happy day wherever you are. Today's personal power life coaching video is on the topic of confusion. What to do when you are really confused and you just don't know what to do or how to make the best decision. And we have all been there, and we will find ourselves in that position again in the future at some point. So, what are some tips that can help all of us to navigate this uncertainty and not knowing? And in fact, it is that not knowing and that confusion that creates the discomfort within us. So, I have some tips, and here they are. The first one is to take a step back, relax, and take a breath. Because the more you think about it, if you haven't come to an answer yet and you've thought about a lot of different options and scenarios, then it's not the right time to decide right now. So the best thing is to pause, take a moment to breathe, take a breath, and reflect on where you are right now. And this brings me to the next point, which is to be thankful for where you are, because right now you have many blessings surrounding you, even if it may not feel that way or you just can't focus in that direction. But yes, there are plenty of things to be grateful for. So consider this. What can you be thankful for right now? And consider this. How is this experience of confusion and uncertainty, how is it serving you? What is the benefit of not knowing or being confused? What do you stand to gain from the status quo? Because the reason things are the way they are right now is because they are serving you on some level and in some way. And that must be sufficient for the time being. So recognize that, and as we do that, we become more okay with the way things are for now. It's not going to stay that way forever. Things will always change. So it brings me to the next point, is to, now that we've centered ourselves and decided what is really going on, ask yourself if you need to make an urgent decision, because if you need to make a critical, urgent decision right now, but you're confused, then you need to take some more immediate action. And that's a whole other topic. But if there's no immediate action required, there's nothing you need to urgently do this precise moment, and really there's nothing that you can do this precise moment, then you need to just pause and step back and let the situation take a breather. And on to the next point, which is for you to meditate, to clear your mind. And if you're not a meditator, then perhaps you like to pray, or perhaps you have a prayer practice. And if you are not a consistent prayer, but you have a faith in God, in your God, then now may be the time that you choose to ask God for guidance and help and to clear your mind. And the important thing is to basically calm and center yourself. More than the spiritual aspect, it's about cooling down the thought activity, because you probably have been going through a lot of things if you're confused in your head. So the key is to distract yourself, shift your focus onto something else that is a little bit more enjoyable and easygoing, like doing a sport, going for a walk, watching sports on TV if that works for you, or chatting with a girlfriend or any friend, a family member you trust that you can chat about different topics with, which can elevate your mood. Or if you're a lady, go to the salon and feel good, or take a yoga class, I love to go for a walk, so that helps to shift your mindset and get your circulation flowing. So these are different tips and techniques. You might like to dance, and the key is to do something that is wholesome and nourishing for your mind and your body, not something to numb yourself like a narcotic substance. That would be counterproductive for now, and generally it will be counterproductive because you're not connecting with your core essence. It's like you're trying to run away. And if you run away, you're going to have to come back to the same place confused. with the chemical alterations in your system that you also need to detox from. So wholesome, nourishing, uplifting, positive. And in your heart, you know what that would be for you. Then on to the next point is that when you calm yourself, now if you want to tackle this head on, then identify exactly what it is that you need to decide on. Is it like write out the question and then ask yourself, now, is this really the question? Is this really something that I can address right now with one answer or with one action? Chances are it's not, because it will have to be broken down into smaller compartments so that you can deal with each one. Because when you're confused, it's because you have competing priorities and there's some fear embedded in any course of action. So when you identify what's really going on, what is the question, and then what are the sub-questions within it, you can identify what are the fears and limiting beliefs within those areas, and then you'd have to tackle or address and treat each one, which would be done in a whole other session with yourself or with a friend or with a coach or with me. Yeah. So then on to the next point, which is to ask for help. And yes, ask for help from friends or resources, anyone that you feel is someone that would really be of service for you at this time. However, more importantly is to ask for help from your inner guide, from your God, from your inner guidance and your guardian angels. And if you don't believe in angels, then perhaps you believe in a God, or you have a faith in the universe or some kind of energy. Ask for help, because it's in these moments of greatest vulnerability and confusion that we are the most open. We bare our hearts and souls when we really are truly confused about something that matters to us. And as we do that, when you ask for help from a sincere space and we open ourselves, then you receive that help, you receive that guidance, and it comes forth in the days to come in shifting your mood. Something sometimes felt as miraculous. And yes, it does happen. It can happen. It's happened to me, and it happens to people that I've met with and that I know. And so it's important that we also consider this as a valuable aspect of coaching ourselves and enhancing and empowering ourselves. There are millions of resources around us, and we can only access them when we acknowledge they're possible for us and that we wish to tap into them. So I hope this helps. Remember to stay grounded and centered, and that you will make it through this phase of confusion. You always have, and you will, because you will go through this again at some point, and it always marks an important phase in your life. The more confusing it is, the more life-changing it can be, and it can have the most beneficial and positive outcomes for you and all of those in your life. So I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.